I see my friend's boyfriend or husband like writing all over social media how much he loves her and she's the greatest.
People show up differently in all relationships, and it's the things that they don't do that somebody else's boyfriend does. You're like, I wish my man was better at that. And he's like, sorry, I suck at giving gifts. I was like, I know, honey, but I don't need you to show up for me. You're lucky my love language is gifts.
It's so true.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree. Welcome to the Keeping It Casual podcast.
I'm married. I'm a mom, so I get it.
And Lord save me because I am dating.
We're more than just a sex-positive dating and relationship podcast.
We want to share the perspectives on every kind of relationship while giving a voice to our listeners.
Plus tons of tips to boss up your life.
And sex life.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Bree came in hot tonight with breaking her dry January spell. Dry January and half of February.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink since New Year's Eve.
Yes, so she showed up with the blueberry lemonade fizzy water.
From Trader Joe's. And really, I didn't mean to show up to drink with that. It's just, it so happened that you had vodka.
Nothing to mix it with. I was like, well, I'm not drinking.
It's like the gift of the magi over here. Yeah, no, I had bought them so I could bring them into work because sometimes water gets boring and I wanted something that's hydrating but fizzy.
Trying to party.
Trying to party with some blueberry lemonade seltzer. I don't know.
Giving you those drinking feelings.
Flavor in it, I guess, but no sugar.
Yeah.
Like not like diet soda.
I like drinking the vodka like this actually.
Yeah.
Because then after a couple of those lemonade vodkas, delicious as they are, it's like the lemonade gets like, and then I'm like, ugh.
That's not how I feel with the Fetman's lemonade, the rose lemonade.
I know, it's just a special burrito.
I've been craving that actually, and I can't find it right now.
Only at Target. Yeah.
But
miss.
we got to give a big shout out to Rose Dolly Lips. You guys, it's the month of Sylvia. If you didn't know, if you remember from our episode, Undisclosed Desires, Sylvia, she started her own makeup line, and that's Rose Dolly Lips. And you can get 20% off your order if you go to etsy.com/Rose Dolly Beauty and use code KEEPERS20 at checkout. And it's her birthday month, so it's the month of Sylvia.
And it's her birthday month, and she's gifting you a beauty package, so you can experience her whole line.
Yes.
So all you got to do, rate and review on Apple Podcasts. That's how we hook up our super sexy giveaways every month.
Exactly.
It also includes
Like a Kitten.
You know it. They're going to be throwing in their Purrs Like a Kitten vibrator this month. And if you haven't heard Bree and I's very super sexy review on Instagram, go check it out, okay?
Let me just say, it talks about vibrating blowjobs.
Yeah, the queen over here. She's definitely giving us all reasons. But thank you to Natalie for even being on our episode last week. I loved it so much.
It was so good. Her podcast debut.
All things sex and women empowerment and all the things we stand for. So 20% off anything if you go to the website likeakitten.com and use code KEEPERS20.
But more about that later.
Yes.
Drama.
My
life has been full of drama.
These bitches.
I just I'm having issues with people in my life who are kind of jealous of my job. And I think it's because they're still unemployed and they see me kind of like going forward and forward in my career. I don't know, but what they've been doing is talking about me behind my back and just being nasty women. And I don't really know these girls that well, but I know them enough to just be like, why are you talking shit about me behind my back? And of course it keeps coming back to me too.
There's like always stupid drama, especially when you get into a new workplace. It's either people there or people outside of it, or it's people that live in your house, like your children, who drive you mom crazy. I don't talk too much about like being a mom and the craziness that it can be, because honestly, when I was working and had kids, I was like, gosh, stay-at-home moms, and they got it lucky. It's like until I became one, it's like it's endless with the busy work and the crazy people and the needs, and you're just like, I need to hide. And yeah, I've had a rough week, just like the drama around the house. And I got this big ass dog. My fault. We got the Great Dane. She's like 6 months now, so she's a teenager, and she's terrorizing everything. She ate my Uggs. I don't want to talk about it. You all know how much Uggs are. Yeah, so just little stupid, stressful things around. God, I was just having a trouble keeping up. I was like, oh, I'm so emotional. I'm super stressed. I can't put up with anything. And I'm like, it's just a day. I'm just having a day. Because sometimes you feel like, is this my life? Is my life out of control? And sometimes you just have bad days and you just have to be like, it's just today. We're going to try again tomorrow to be more patient.
Yeah, mine was a week. And I was talking to a friend of mine and I was just crying to him and I was like, I haven't had any me time because I've been working 6 days a week and I've been dealing with people's bullshit and I've been just exhausted.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen my friends, obviously, because of the world.
Yeah.
And it's just exhausting and I'm sick of it. And this is some bullshit. And I haven't had time for myself. And when you realize you don't, even if you're working 6 days a week, you're like, oh, you have that one day off. Yeah. But that one day is dedicated to chores and errands and meal prep and this
all
and
the
that.
no fun stuff.
Exactly. So, no, you don't have days off. You just are constantly on the go. And I am like at a point where I'm like, I'm going to crash and burn if I don't calm down for a second.
Yeah. And I think that's what it comes down to. Like, all this stuff is manageable in our life if we have taken care of ourselves a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, when I look at myself, like the kids are stressing me out, or the puppy's going crazy, or I can't keep up with, like, the house always needs to be clean and stuff. I'm like, that's because I'm not taking time for myself. And that's me, like, getting up really early and, like, doing meditation and doing yoga. And I'm like, I'm not doing those things right now. Then I'm just going to kind of crash, you know? So the little things that you can do to just take a moment. And I found, like, even a 10-minute meditation, like, I don't got an hour to escape sometimes. It's like, let me step outside for 10 minutes and just please give me that. And it so changes my mood. Yeah. Instantly.
Yeah. I work all day and then I come home and then it's like, I got dogs and then there's the cat and they're all barking and meowing at each other. And then it's just like, I just want to be left alone.
I know. I think we can all understand that it's the same thing with, like, just being home all the time. A lot of us are experiencing being at home moms and parents,
or just working from home,
or just new jobs with new weird energies coming at you.
Yeah.
And
you guys,
life is a pain in the ass.
Life is a pain in the It is. I cried twice this week. Twice. Once in my car, once in the bathroom at work.
I hid in the bathroom and
cried.
Yeah. I was just like, leave me alone. And then
but
I
you
went
know
outside,
what? You know
laid
what?
on the floor and did a yoga under the
Good for you.
under the moon.
Good for you. You know what I do that really pisses me off, though, about myself, is when I feel sad, I try to do something to make me feel happy almost immediately instead of letting myself feel the feelings I need to feel. If you feel sad and, like, you want to cry, sometimes you just need to fucking feel sad and cry. But I don't like to feel sad and cry because I have just this pride thing in my way that's like, I don't have it bad like other people do, so I better cheer up, bitch, you know?
Yeah. We talked about that before, like, comparing your situation to somebody else.
Yeah.
And, like, I should feel lucky that I get to wake up with my children every day and I have a nice home and I have, you know, a husband that supports us. But still, some days I feel so frustrated and so overwhelmed and so unappreciative of what I have. And I'm just like, I shouldn't. People have it way worse. But everybody's situation is so unique, and it's okay to have your stresses and not downplay them.
Yes. And and I do downplay my stresses. And when I do that, I'm like, I should feel better. My therapist told me, you're gaslighting yourself. And I went, and I kind of did like that emoji with, like, the flat line. And I was like, fuck, you're right. Yeah. So you guys, when you tell yourselves that you shouldn't feel a certain way, you're gaslighting yourself. That's basically like a partner saying to you, no, you shouldn't be mad at me for the toxic thing I did. That is very equal.
Yeah.
Don't let your brain gaslight you.
Yeah.
And also, your anxiety. I saw a meme that I really liked. It said your anxiety is basically you writing conspiracy theories about yourself.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I never had anxiety until I had Logan. And I feel like once it's crept in your brain, it's like this little doorway, this little window that's been open, and, like, somebody can always break in.
It's like
just freak you out.
It's like,
oh, God.
It's like how Dare told you once you smoked a marijuana. Once you've tried a marijuana, you're going to try all the drugs.
Oh, God. I remember my mom found some of my she's like, are you on pot? And I thought that sounded funny. I was like, nice.
Can I have 4 marijuanas, please? Oh, God.
But I do know the feeling. You know, we all get stressed out. We all get crazy. But if you're really having trouble dealing, what you said is so right. Like, we need some time for yourself. And even if that's just scheduling, like, a time to do nothing, I'll get frustrated because I get very, like, inspired, or I get motivated when I have downtime. Like, I want to get things done. I found myself just, like, standing in the living room yesterday, just, like, staring at all this stuff. Like, I could probably gotta pick that up. I gotta do that. And then there's things I could do. And I just kind of was so frustrated that I couldn't get motivated to do anything, or, like, I didn't even know what to do to make myself feel better. And I was just like,
Don't you hate
irrational like nonsense in your head?
Don't you hate when you're like when you need to clean that you get so overwhelmed with the thought of cleaning that you're like, I don't even know where to start cleaning?
Yeah, or you're just like, I've been cleaning for 2 hours and nothing's cleaned, and then I still have to do all this stuff.
Yeah, you're like, I've been cleaning for 2 hours and I haven't even vacuumed yet, and nothing's clean.
You're looking at the dishes. I always leave the dishes last. I'm like, ugh.
I let anybody else do the dishes.
I hate doing the dishes.
I don't like to do the dishes because the smell of dishwater like really grosses me out. And you know I'm weird about the dishes because I like them cleaned and then cleaned again.
You have a very rigorous dish routine. That's why I don't like to clean them.
No, I really hate the way like dish rags smell, and like I hate the smell of that. Like even thinking about it now is grossing me out. I'm gonna need to marry a man who will do the dishes. I will scrub a toilet any day of the week, but he got to do the dishes.
I think we all have our things. We're like, I don't want to.
And most people don't want to scrub toilets and bathtubs. I'm fine because I like bathrooms clean. Yeah. So.
I don't like, my mom and grandmother used to be all like, use the scarring powder, put the Comet in there. And I was like, oh, it ruins my nails and makes my hand, like the smell lingers on your hands. And it was just like torturous. So like, I will not use it. Like, I just refuse.
When I sprinkle Comet in my bathtub and I scrub away.
People have tortured me into like, no, I won't use it.
I do.
I use other stuff.
I wear gloves when I do it, but I do.
That's true.
Yeah. No. You should try Comet again.
I won't. I refuse to use the Comet again. The smell alone.
But I mean, so there's also other drama in people's lives too. So I was talking to a friend this week. She was telling me, she's like, I know my boyfriend loves me, but I don't think he worships me. And I was like,
how weird would that be?
Do they ever? Do men ever really worship you? And if they do, then, or they're paying you. No, but I mean, I understand what she means. Like, she was like, like I see my sister's boyfriend doing stuff like this for her, or like I see my friend's boyfriend or husband like writing all over social media how much he loves her and she's the greatest. And I was like, well, if he's doing that, then they're probably cheating on each other.
Oh my God. It's always some drama when somebody's gushing about their partner that they've been with for like, I don't know, a few years at least. You're like, yeah, they got in trouble.
Or when they have a joint Facebook account.
People show up differently in all relationships, and it's the things that they don't do that somebody else's boyfriend does. You're like, I wish my man was better at that, or something.
And so I actually used you and Chris as an example to her. I was like, her husband ain't going all over Facebook like, I love my wife. He doesn't have a Facebook, but even if he did,
even when he did, no, it wasn't like.
But even if he did, I don't even think he'd post if he had a Facebook.
No, it'd probably be me like, post this picture of us on your Facebook, and he'd be like, why?
Yeah, exactly. So I used you and Chris as an example, and I was like, he's not like that. I said Chris shows his love by being a provider, by he made dinner tonight, by doing little things like that. And I said,
made dinner, he heated up the tortillas because he does them really good.
He said that was his recipe for the taco
but
meat.
I made it.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what taco seasoning you use? He was like, my recipe. And I was like, okay, what is it?
Homemade. Do you want to know? I'm telling everybody right now. A shit ton of chili powder, cumin, paprika,
garlic powder,
garlic powder, salt and pepper. There it is. Shit ton of chili powder. Make your own taco seasoning. There you go. See, told you I made it. I did it.
That's funny.
I helped.
But yeah, so like I was like, and your boyfriend's kind of the same way. He's a provider. To him, like, and he's a family man. To him, showing love is you being a part of the family and you being a part of his family and being in his life like that. And he provides and he wants to make sure you have a nice house over your roof over your head. And that's the type of person he is. I said, not every guy is gonna be like, I have the best girlfriend ever. I know people who are in relationships and their boyfriend's Facebook status is still like single.
It doesn't really matter to some people. What's funny, like what you're saying is people show up differently.
Yeah.
So I was watching Modern Family the other day, just like an old school episode. The husband Phil, he's hilarious. He's like the best gift giver. He like wakes up, surprise, honey, happy anniversary, and she's like, oh yay! He just had all these cool surprises.
I know, and he sets up like he sets up all this stuff, and then nobody ever shows up for him.
And then she's the worst. He's like, and then she gives him like coupons for hugs. He's like, 4 free hugs, cool, And then she tries to do something and it's really really bad. And
Are
he's
you
like,
talking about the episode where she tried to get him the iPad?
No, this is another one. She tried to hire Edward Norton to sing for them. He pretended he was in a band. Anyway, so he like Chris is watching it too, and he clips this part. He's like, I love my wife, but she's the worst gift giver ever. And I laughed so hard. He goes, what? And I said, you know what? And he's like, sorry, I suck at giving gifts. I was like, I know, honey, but I don't need you to show up for me. You're lucky my love language is gifts.
It's so true.
I was like, my man shows up in every single way that I need him to.
Yeah.
Would I like him to come in with the perfect gift? Yes. Would I like him to shout from the rooftops that he loves me, or maybe he writes lipstick on my car and says, I love you, or whatever the fuck, something romantic gesture? He's not going to do it.
No, his romantic gesture was making us a light up sign.
Keep it a casual podcast light up sign I didn't even ask for, right?
Yeah.
Like, he shows up for me in other ways, but there's always going to be those things you're like, God, I wish he would like buy me some hot lingerie and be like, here, babe, I know your size and I knew this would look perfect on you. Wear it.
My
Never
God.
gonna happen, okay?
When I worked at Victoria's Secret, I fucking hated the guys that would come in and try and buy for their girlfriends. And I'm like, well, did you look in their drawer so I know what size they are? No, she's like, kind of like her.
They're like, you're kind of like, can I grab your boobs? Can we? Yeah.
No, they would like point to a girl in the store, kind of look like her. Oh,
Yeah, perfect.
thanks. That helps.
I think if you're feeling a little jealous of somebody else's relationship and how they're showing up, I think it's like acknowledge the things the way they show up. Like, I can look at a friend of mine who, for example, they're always gushing about each other on social media, but there are certain things that I see in my relationship that would never happen in theirs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are the qualities that matter to me.
Yeah.
Like somebody just trying to showboat our relationship doesn't matter to me. Somebody being home with me and showing up for me and being honest and, just giving me their time when I want it. He kisses me goodbye every morning, even if it's 4 a.m. Some mornings I'm like, like he texts me good morning.
Yeah.
I love you, and just the little things. But there's always going to be something that you're like, I wish they would show up for me in this way. But I guarantee you they're showing up for you in the most amazing ways. And
if they're not, then it's time to cut the cord.
Well, it is time to say, like, let's talk about love languages. Let's start to learn them. You can get that love language book for free at the library. I have that Hoopla app, and I love it so much. Because it's all free audiobooks. Yeah. So stuff like that's on there. Sometimes you might just need, like, a little communication game. We have the couples communication game.
If you sign up for our Patreon.
Sign up for Patreon. If you do the $10, you get the game and the episode.
Yes.
So there's a lot of little tools you can have, but sometimes it's like, they're not showing up for me at all in the ways that I want to. You don't have to put up with that.
No, but it's funny because I look at myself sometimes and I think I'm so good at being single and I feel like a bad partner because it's like, am I showing up for people in the way I need to show up for them? Am I just being selfish? Maybe also you need to turn inward too. Like, am I showing up for my partner in the way that they need me to show up for?
Ooh, right?
Yeah. Because trust me, I like to play the me game a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not getting what I want.
Yeah. No, that's true. Sometimes I feel like Chris comes last. It's like I have to make sure the kids are taken care of. Even the dog is taken care of. I have to make sure that priorities and my commitments are taken care of. And it's like,
that our episode's edited and it's ready to go.
This is a business, so we run our little business, and then sometimes he comes last, and I'm like, do I put myself first or him first? That's a tough one.
Yeah,
because sometimes you're like, fuck, I have an hour, I could really use a workout and some meditation, or I'm gonna probably be a raging bitch the rest of the night, or do I go sit on the couch with him and chill out with him for an hour and be anxious and kind of.
And what's funny is he probably would much rather you take that hour and not be anxious and crazy,
or just sit there spiteful.
Yeah. Exactly.
I've tried that before, and I'm like,
yeah,
bitch, you should have just went there and worked out. Sometimes you have to put your gas mask on first. I always think of that. It doesn't feel right, but it's also true.
It is. And there's always ways to find to connect with your partner too. And sometimes it's good. Like, people's love languages, I think, change.
I think you're right. Yeah,
I think so.
You're always gonna have your core value, what matters.
Yeah. So it's always good to like reconnect with your partner and be like, am I meeting on either side? Am I meeting what your needs are in the relationship? And see how they respond. Yeah. And sometimes it hurts to be like you might hear something you don't like, you don't want to hear, like, oh, I'm not doing that enough. I thought I was doing it. It's like the constructive criticism might hurt you, but also if you give them constructive what the fuck? Why can't I talk right now?
Spit it out.
If you give them constructive criticism, it might hurt them as well. Not hurt, just like that little ping of like, oh shit, I failed.
That's why it's so hard to have like, we need to talk. We need to have a conversation. That's why, honestly, I really love those little communication games.
Even the getting to know you game, I feel like, is a good, because you and Chris have played it.
We have played it, and it was fun. And it loosened up conversation, and it actually led to some hot sex, but it was like the most vague questions. It wasn't like, tell me your deepest, darkest fantasy, you know? Like,
tell me how you want me to tell me how you want to slip your dick in me.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like all the sex. Like, we're actually recording this before Valentine's Day comes. Yeah. And sometimes it's like when you've been in a relationship a long time, you're like, it's Valentine's Day, just commercial holiday, who cares? But I'm going to show up for him. You know, I'm just going to do something to make it's an excuse to be like, I'm going to show you I care about you.
She was saying that, and she was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, what's his favorite food?
Yeah. He loves these lamb chops I made for him, so I'm busting out the lamb chops.
And I said, bust out the lamb chops. And she was like, I'll just get him a cart or something. I was like, cook for him.
I am. I'm going to cook, and he said he's going to make some dessert. So we're kind of doing it together. So it's
is he going to use the chocolate frosting and the Like a Kitten couples box and the strawberry lube and make you dessert?
Absolutely. But he's still going to feed me as well.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, I looked on Pinterest. I was like, chocolate tres leche. There was like 20 steps, but I feel like he would be the man that I could be like, here's what I want. And he would do it. He's that man. He shows up like that. If he would have done the same thing to me, I've been like, are you kidding me? I'm making you this.
You'd be like, I'm making a no-bake cheesecake.
You're getting this peanut butter granola, like no-bake balls. Okay, that's what you're getting. And you know what? That's probably what he knows. He knows me. He knows that I'm not going to show up for him in certain ways, just like I do. And I think after, we've been married going on 7 years, but been together for
ever.
Known each other 12 years.
I thought it was 15.
2008 to 2000. It's going on 13 years in March.
Oh, wow.
13 years in March. Almost as long as the radio. No.
I've been in radio for 90 years.
It's 92 years now.
Oh, okay. 92.
We've been married 30 years now. Good Lord.
Sometimes a year feels like 30 years, 2020.
Yeah. So can we talk about something ridiculous going on in my house? Can we talk about the latest vibe we got from Like a Kitten for a moment? I've honestly never tried one like this before.
Are you talking about the flexible design? It actually bends.
I know, yes. So that was a first. Chris was excited to break it out and use it on me. I think because it looks so different from any others he's seen, but he was definitely hitting some new spots on me. And this is why I love partner play, because it allows you to feel some new sensations.
Absolutely. I loved the curved design as well. It's perfect to hit that G spot. And those kitty ears sit on the clit nicely.
Very nice. I was telling a friend about the Kitten Vibe because it's a kind of a great one to start with if you haven't tried a vibrator before. It has like 3 speeds, versus like the 10 a lot of them have.
Oh, yeah.
So not to get overwhelmed, but those kitty ears direct you right where to puss it.
Puss
it real good.
Puss it real good. Keeping it casual bloopers. It's going to be an episode of Patreon. Puss it real good.
Puss it. That's
Get it on.
Yeah, but the kitty ears definitely direct you right where to press it to feel that.
So hot. You can grind on it, and the extra slim body is great for first time internal play. Mm-hmm. And that's also where the flexibility is pretty hot. Plus, it's waterproof, ladies. Enjoy.
Oh, you know how she knows her waterproof toys. You guys, we're giving you a free Purrs Like a Kitten vibrator this month just for dropping that rating review on Apple Podcasts. We announced the winner last podcast of every month.
Direct link to enter is right on our website, keepingitcasualpodcast.com. But you can grab it right now with 20% off at likeakitten.com using code KEEPERS20.
See, this is one of my favorite gift ideas, too. I think we all know somebody who could be inspired by a new vibe. Maybe it's you.
Check out the Purrs Like a Kitten vibe and grab 20% off now using code KEEPERS20 at likeakitten.com. And now, back to the show.
Can we talk about something ridiculous going on in my house?
Is it the couch?
It is the couch. I don't know what's happening in America right now, but there's a massive couch shortage. It's the thing. It's a problem. In January, Chris was like, we need a new couch. It's been like 4 years. It's a great couch. It's time to get a new one. We're like, yeah. I was like, I'll throw up on Marketplace, see if we get any bites. Boom, like 20 messages for a couch. And this one guy's like, I'll pay you double. And I was like, you're first. Come on by. He was come on by. He looked at it. He's like, yep, let's load it up. And the wife was like, oh, thank you so much. We moved into a new place. And my son moved in, his girlfriend. And we have a little 3-seater. She starts naming off all these furniture stores in Vegas. She's like, we went to all the stores and they were like out like 6 weeks for a couch. Any couch. And I'm like, really? And she goes, did you get a couch yet? And I'm like, no. I imagine, like, I'll just go and get one tomorrow.
Yeah.
No. Okay. And she goes, okay, bye. Like, off with my couch she went. So we got a couch. They're like, it's 6 weeks out. We're like, that would have been this weekend. Okay. So we got a message recently that's like, it's not coming till March 18th. We're like, what the fuck? So if we would have bought this couch and they would have been like, it's going to be 3 months, we probably would have said no. So now we're like living on a 2-seater couch. We've got picnic chairs in the living room. It's just like, we have no couch. Yeah. To bring that to everybody's attention.
No, I think that's hilarious.
What's going on with these couch people?
Don't sell your couch. What the fuck?
I'm kind of jealous of anybody with a couch right now.
People are stuck at home. They've been revamping, so
they're like, we're home. We have stimulus checks. We have extra unemployment money. I finally get that couch I want.
Okay, so I have a couch story actually. not as traumatic as not having a couch for 4 months almost, but I have the 2 couches up in the loft area of my house, and I want to get rid of them. And I found a couch that's the same blue velvet as the couch I have in my downstairs living room. It had like a Shea lounge with it, and it was just a small little couch, and I was like, oh, that'd be perfect up there. It's on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like messaging the person. I'm like, well, is it comfortable? And she was like, I don't know, it's still in the box. And I was like, what?
She's part of the problem. She bought couches and not using them.
Well, and I was like, what couch comes in a box?
Oh God, Wayfair. It's like miniature furniture.
And she said it came off of Amazon. She's showing me this couch in a box, and I was like, I mean, I understand the mattresses in a box that like floof up or whatever.
Yeah. Those memory foam kind of ones.
Yeah. But this thing, I was like,
how big was the box?
It looked like the box to my ring light, if I'm going to be honest with you. I was like, oh, so it's not set up. You don't know how comfortable it is. I'm sorry. Like, I hope you find somebody to buy it. And I was like, do I have to assemble this shit myself? Like, I don't know.
Sounds like it.
It just sounds like an IKEA nightmare.
Chris is like, we should just cancel and like get our money back. And I'm like, well, let's find a couch first and see if we can get one sooner. So it's like, do you have any couches we can buy before April? Like,
well, I mean, I could hook you up with couch in a box.
We'll be like sitting on it like The Simpsons. Like, I need a big fucking like.
You need a sectional.
I need a sectional. I need like when people come over, I need to lay down.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's like survival of the couch. It's like there's a 2-seater in there, and the rest are like little lounge chairs, and it's like we're always fighting.
The children need to be on the floor.
They do, but they always end up on the couch. And get out of here! It's survival of the fittest in the couch world.
Oh God.
So Bree and I were looking at these really interesting
human sexuality classes.
Yeah, we're taking little courses and all kinds of really fun stuff right now, and we found
sex magic course.
I go, Bree, it says you could get certified in tantric sex magic. She's like, give it to me now.
I paid $12 whole for this. And I am certified. And not only does it teach you Tantra, but it teaches you sex magic and how to use your orgasms to manifest. Now, this is something we talked a little bit about on Laura's episode.
I didn't even believe it was a thing till now there's an online course. And I was like, Bree, you have to do this and report back.
And now I'm going to start teaching this because fucking hell, I'm certified in it.
That's
and
right.
I'm an expert.
I love it.
I took a course. I have a degree.
It's going to be on her top Instagram bio. Tantric sex magic.
Coach.
Certified.
I am a certified tantric sex magic coach.
It's already sold out.
Already sold out.
You guys, I'm a queen. There it is. In my crown.
I'm the high priestess.
I love that.
Orgasms are a very strong thing. So if you're trying to like manifest a man or money or whatever coming into your life, bust out your like a kitten vibrator,
and
get yourself
set an intention.
And set an intention
While you're vibrating.
Light your candles, like write out your petitions, and then as like right after you come, be like, and you have to say it as if you already have it in the moment. I am a millionaire.
Yes.
I am a famous podcast star. Boom.
Yes.
I am goddess and my man wants to marry me. Boom.
Yes.
Or no,
yes.
I am a goddess and my man is proposing tonight. You have to say it as
Yes.
if it's happening or already happened to you.
The way you speak to yourself is very powerful.
Good Lord, I know.
You hear yourself saying dumb shit to yourself and be like, no, I need to rephrase that. I was saying like the other day, I was like, I can't fucking handle myself right now. I'm just like, I can't handle them. And I was like, no, I can handle this. chaos. I'm just having a stressful day. And tomorrow I'm going to take some me time before the chaos starts and handle it. Like I just kind of like backtrack.
But even like little things you say to yourself. If I screw up something, like I type a letter wrong.
Yeah.
I'll literally be like, oh God, I'm so stupid. And I'm not stupid.
I don't like that talk.
And I'll be like, oh, what a dodo head. Oh my God. I talk about like, I'll say these things to myself all day long. And I'm like, I'm really not dumb, but the way you talk about yourself is the way you feel about yourself. So start saying I am a goddess.
Yes, I am a bad bitch. And it's also like when you want to do things, when you're saying affirmations, you're manifesting things.
Yeah.
If you want to, I want to work out 3 times this week. It's like, I'm going to work out 3 times this week. Whatever your goal is, you know, like say it as you are going to do it. Not like, I want to do this or Nope,
I am, I will.
Yeah. You are. Just make it a thing. Make it already sold out.
Yes, make it like that's what we did, and it was sold out twice. Should be more, but we can't see each other right now.
Yeah, we're working on some really fun things this year to connect with you.
Yes.
Whether we can come your way or just meet you online, we're gonna turn it out like it's a fucking live event.
And that's the other thing I want to say I learned about manifestations in this course that I'm an expert at now. Say you're manifesting the perfect partner. He has this, he has that, blah, blah, blah. The second you say, oh, that's not going to come to me, it won't. So you always have to have the faith that it's coming to you, that you do deserve this. And you do, unless you're a shitty person. Shitty people don't get their manifestations.
Shitty people don't work on themselves either.
That's true. Shitty people aren't manifesting.
No. I think we all want to be our best self and grow and learn more and stuff. And I found that...
I mean, our fans do.
Yes, of course they do. The keepers are the baddest bitches in town. Even this week when it was like, I just felt a little lost and overwhelmed and stressed out and emotional just for whatever reasons.
Well, Mercury is in retrograde, guys.
Yes. Whatever that means, I know it's a thing because I hear that a lot. And it's always when I'm stressed out. She can tell you more about that in her tantric sex magic class. Has a lot to do with the stars, I'm sure. But for us, when we got together and we were bitching about this on Wednesday, we decided, like, let's do some things out of our comfort zone. Yeah. And we started just kind of motivating each other to try a couple of new things, even if it's taking a fun course or maybe it's just doing something out of your habit. You know, you're trying to break some habits and just change things. Maybe it's just one thing you want to change that day. When we're stressed out and we want to, like, it's like, oh my God, I have to change everything tomorrow. I have to start working. I have to eat right. I have to start working out. I have to not yell at my children. I have to do everything perfect. It's like, just focus on maybe one thing tomorrow. And maybe there's another thing that you really got to work on. Try it the next day. If you can just float through life and let life just keep beating you up, or you can just be intentional about one little thing a day if you have a big laundry list like I do. And go for it. Be proud of those little victories.
Hell yeah.
Take some me time.
Take some me time, bitches.
Take a rewind.
All right. And I think I need to go take some me time right now.
I love it.
Until next time.
Bye. Oh, girl, that was so fun.
Yes, you guys rock. Catch us every Wednesday.
And for our monthly specialty podcast, please join our Patreon.
You'll get that the last Saturday of every month.
And if you rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, you can be entered into our super sexy monthly giveaway.
And if you want to share your voice on the show, you'll find everything you need to know at keepingitcasualpodcast.com.